So my wife and I are planning a road trip in a few weeks, so I figured now would be a good time to make sure that my emergency roadside kit is ready for the trip. So I commute about 60 miles a day for work, 30 miles there, 30 miles home, and it's through pretty much just bare open desert. So it's a good idea to make sure that you have a pretty well-stocked emergency roadside kit. Now, this isn't one of those kits where it's like, oh, I ran my car into a snowbank, I gotta live in my car for a week. It's not one of those kits. It's not one of those things where I keep food and water and stuff like that in the trunk of my car. That's a separate EDC bag that has that kind of stuff in it. But this kit is just for those, you get a flat tire coming home from work, or you come out of work and your car battery's dead. That's what this kit is. So let me show you kind of real quick what I carry and how I kind of make sure it's always ready to go. So here's my basic roadside kit. Now, this is, like I said, this is just for, flat tires, dead batteries, little minor emergencies. So, and this has kind of always been like an evolving thing that I carry. I've added things, I've taken things away as things have changed. As you can see there, like for example, there are no jumper cables. There's a reason for that. But let's just go ahead and get started with just what's in this. First thing is just a simple Harbor Freight tote bag. This is, for me, has been just the right size. I keep, a set of gloves. I keep a high-vis vest. That way I'm, safe on the side of the road. So let's start first with tires. So one of the worst things, your most common things you're going to run into possibly is getting a flat tire. So I keep a patch kit. Now this has pretty much the tools you need in it to plug a hole in a tire. It's got some stem removals and new stems. So with that you could say you run over a nail or something like that, you need to patch that hole. This kit will get you through that. A lot of modern cars these days don't carry spares. I used to have a car that had one of those collapsible spares. When I had that, I would carry a can of Fix Flat because that would blow up the tire. But in conjunction with the patch kit is a couple cans of Fix Flat. And that's, this will help seal that leak even more, and it'll inflate your tire to some point. So I do keep a couple cans of Fix Flat. But recently I added a little portable air compressor tire inflator. I just did a Tool Tech Tuesday video on this. I just added this to the box. This is something I've been wanting to add for a long time. So I've recently added this to my bag, and this thing is pretty badass. I really enjoy it. Kick the camera stand. One thing that I like about it, it does have a light, and it is rechargeable. So a lot of things in my kit, or a number of things, are rechargeable. So what I do is I always make sure that whenever I do like an oil change, I make sure all of my rechargeable items are charged, keep them topped off, and that way they're always ready to go when I need them. So tire inflator, a little portable air compressor, really nice to have in your emergency roadside kit. So I also keep some emergency items as far as like lighting goes. When you're broke down the side of the road at night, you want to be able to be seen. So again, high-vis vest. I do carry a couple of road flares. I've had these for years in the car. These are good, obviously to use as visibility, but for you survival types out there, if you need to start a fire, road flare, then it'll last a while. But I also keep a couple of glow sticks. Again, these have been in here for a long time. I recently added this bag here. This is a set of rechargeable LED emergency strobes. So again, you could just turn it on, set these out on the road, and they'll, you got the little emergency strobe. I'm not sure how well it's showing up here in the daylight on the camera, but it's just got a good emergency strobe to it. A bunch of different little settings and whatnot. They also have white lights built into them. So this kit has 4 rechargeable emergency strobes, and they all have lights. So I don't carry like a headlamp or a flashlight or anything like that. I do have that in my everyday carry backpack. I do have a flashlight in there, but for emergencies, I got 4 flashlights here. Basically, I got one built into my tire charger, my tire inflator, my emergency air compressor, and I do have one more source of light in here also, not counting the flares and the glow sticks, but LED emergency strobes, really nice kit. I'll leave links down to all these tools down below, all these items. I'll leave some links down below. But yeah, emergency strobes, LED, really nice to have in your kit. Tow strap. I do keep a tow strap just because you never know. I've run into situations where, you know, during floods, somebody got stuck. I've also run into a situation one time where a guy wrecked his car and got stuck out in the desert. Not that I'm going to be pulling anybody out with a charger, but if something like that happens to me and somebody pulls up to help, I at least have a tow strap that I can hook up to my car to help get myself out of a situation. I also carry a jump pack. Now this is a Harbor Freight Viking. I don't even know if they offer this one anymore, but you can find plenty of different versions of something like this online at Amazon or whatever. This one also has a built-in light, so I carry this instead of jumper cables because I can get myself out of a dead battery situation if I need to. If I come out of work at night and my battery's dead because I left my lights on or something stupid, I can jump myself. I don't have to rely on anybody else. I can go ahead and get myself out of that. So a nice rechargeable jump pack. And I've actually used this thing several times in a row working on my D100 when that thing had a dead battery. And this thing can jump several times before it needs to be recharged. So, and again, this is one of the things that I always make sure is charged. Turn it on here. You can hopefully see maybe it is at a full charge. So whenever I do an oil change or anything like that, you know, scheduled maintenance on the car, this gets plugged in, this gets charged. Everybody's got to have the obligatory roll of duct tape, just because it's duct tape and you have to have it. Fire extinguisher. I do keep a fire extinguisher in the car. Unfortunately, I used to keep that one under the seat when I had my Xterra, and that was nice because that would fit right under the seat. With the Charger, a little more difficult, so now it stays in the bag here. But that's really about it. I also keep on the bag just a cheap knife, even though I always have one on me, and there's also just a cheap little multi-tool. So, never know, just good little things to have. That's really about it, guys. So yeah, that's what I pretty much carry for, you know, your typical roadside emergencies. Like I said, this is not a kit where it's like you're gonna have to live in your car for a week in the middle of summer or the middle of winter because you broke down and you're completely stranded. It's not what this kit is for. I do have an everyday backpack that I carry, and that has stuff in it for if I have to leave the car and actually walk somewhere to get help. That's what the everyday backpack is for, everyday carry pack, not this stuff. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Let me know if you'd like to see what's in my everyday carry backpack. I figured I do have a couple things that might be interesting in there for you guys to see. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on that. There are a few things I might want to add to this. I've been thinking about maybe like a cheap poncho. Not that we get a whole lot of rain here in Vegas. I'm also thinking like a knee board. Summertime, desert, rocks, hot asphalt. Might be nice to have like a knee board or something like that I could kneel on if I have to patch a tire. Also, kind of goes without saying, hopefully, jack in a way to remove your wheels. Most cars have jacks and like a lug wrench. Mine is under the rear panel in the car, so that is obviously part of my emergency roadside kit. Let me know, is there anything else that you think that maybe I should add to this thing? Like I said, this is just for, you know, getting myself home, getting myself out of a little bit of trouble, and making it home where I can do full repairs later. Let me know, what else do you guys think I should add? Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. See you on the next one.